This is Revelation chapter 10, and this is starting at verse 8. And the voice which I heard from heaven spake unto me again and said, Go and take the little book which is open in the hand of the angel which standeth upon the sea and upon the earth. And I went unto the angel and said unto him, Give me the little book. And that little book is talking about the Bible, man. All right, the scriptures, the volume of the book. And it says, And he said unto me, Take it and eat it up, and it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey. And I took the little book out of the angel's hand and ate it up, and it was in my mouth sweet as honey. And as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter. Because that's how it is, man. When you come into the truth, you hear that you're a Hebrew Israelite, that you're the people of the Most High. All right? You hear that the so-called white man's going into slavery, that you're going to have a kingdom that's prepared for us. All those things are sweet. All right? But once you ingest it and it hits your stomach, all right, that pretty much when it hits your stomach, it's bitter. All right, that's when you realize that everything that you see around you is upside down. Like the scriptures say, man, Esau's turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay, man. All right. And he said unto me, Thou must prophesy again. Let me read that again. It says, And he said unto me, Thou must prophesy again before many peoples and nations and tongues and kings. So what does that mean, man? That's a straight reincarnation scripture right there, man. All right, he said, Thou must prophesy again before many peoples and nations and tongues and kings, man. All right, so guess what? John the Revelator, that was on the Isle of Patmos, right? He's here doing the same thing, man. Again. So guess what? He's prophesying again before many peoples, all right, and kings and tongues. Okay. So John is back today. He ate the book again, and it was in his mouth sweetness, like the rest of us that come into this truth. It was in his mouth for sweetness, and then when in his belly it was bitter. All right. And I want to grab a quick precept before I close out. I want to get the book of Isaiah. Chapter 1. This is Isaiah chapter 1, and I'm going to start at verse 3, man. This is concerning Israel. Because pertaining on the scripture which I just read earlier, we ingested the whole book, man. And actually, before I get this, I want to grab, let's see. Let's see, this is Ezekiel chapter 3. I'm starting verse 1. It says, Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest. Eat this roll, and go speak unto the house of Israel. And so I opened my mouth and caused me to eat that roll. And that roll is the same thing, man. It's this book. All right, the Bible. So he didn't eat half of the book or the roll, which is the book. He didn't eat half of it. He didn't eat a third of it, a quarter of it. He ate the whole thing, man. All right. Verse 2 says, So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. All right. So there it is, man. Say, eat the whole roll. Okay. Said, then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness. All right. Now, that's the same thing we read earlier in Revelations, man. Once he ate that book, it was in his mouth for sweetness, but when in his belly, it was bitter. All right. Because this book is known as a book of lamentations and mourning and woe. I think it's in the same chapter, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's not in the same chapter. It's the book of Ezekiel chapter 2 and start at verse 9. It says, "And when I looked, behold, an hand was sent unto me, and lo, a roll of a book was therein. And he spread it before me, and it was written within and without. And there was written therein lamentations and mourning and woe." All right. So right there, man, it said the book is full of lamentations and mourning and woe. So this book, it'll be sweet in your mouth at first, and then when it hits your belly, it's bitter, man. All right. Now this is the book of Isaiah chapter 1, verse 3. Now going back to the part where I was speaking about Israel, basically in a nutshell, not caring about the things of Yahweh about Shemiel Shai, and not caring about the condition that they're in, man. All right. Now this is the book of Isaiah chapter 1, verse 3. It says, "The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doth not know. My people doth not consider." All right. So right here, man, says, look, my people don't know, neither do they consider. All right. Now I want to go from there. I want to get the book of, I know it's Deuteronomy. I don't know exactly where it is. I have to do a word search. Now that's the book of Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 29. And actually, let me start at verse 28, Salaki. "For they are a nation void of counsel, neither is there any understanding in them." All right, talking about Israel, man, the rebellious house that's still being rebellious to this day, man. All right. It says, "Oh, that they were wise, that they understood this." All right. So only if they were wise would they understood the words that are coming from this book. Because like I said before, man, they pick and choose what they want out of the book, man. And they accuse us of doing that, saying we're picking and choosing out of the book to back, basically, they call us picking and choosing out of the book, basically. But the thing is, man, they're picking and choosing out of the book themselves. All right. And the things that they're picking and choosing don't line up with the rest of the scriptures, because if a person were to pick up the Bible and pick and get the words out of it and actually read the whole book, if they didn't have any understanding and if the Spirit wasn't on them, then they will find contradictions. All right. So, and with the Bible, man, there's no contradictions within the Bible. All right. So, these so-called Christians, what they do, they pick and choose, man. All right. Now, verse 29 again says, "Oh, that they were wise, that they understood this, that they will consider their latter end." And they don't. All right. They don't consider their latter end. That's why they still continue doing the things that they're doing. All right. So with that, man, that pretty much wraps it up. Lord willing, y'all can be edified with this video. Until next time, once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'al Shemiel Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that continually rule very well. And peace and safety to the hopefully elect that's continually pushing forth this word, this ministry, and this gospel to the other members of the hopefully elect in all faith, true sincerity. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.